Welcome to Celestial Scrolls, where we bring ancient Chinese myths and legends to life. Today, we continue the epic saga of Journey to the West with one of its most thrilling chapters, The Wrath of Heaven. Sun Wukong, the fearless Monkey King, has defied the gods, stolen celestial treasures, and declared himself the great sage, equal to heaven. But now, the Jade Emperor has had enough. In this episode, an all-out battle erupts between Wukong and the Celestial Army, led by the mighty Erlang Shen. But even heaven's greatest warriors cannot contain him. Only one force in the universe stands a chance: the Buddha himself. Will the Monkey King escape, or will this be his downfall? Stay tuned as we dive into this legendary tale of power, rebellion, and the ultimate trick that sealed Sun Wukong beneath a mountain for 500 years. If you love epic myths, legendary battles, and timeless wisdom, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next adventure in Journey to the West. Inside the 8-trigram furnace, flames roared like dragons, swirling around Sun Wukong in a blazing dance of destruction. The sacred fire, hotter than the heart of the sun, was meant to incinerate him, reduce him to nothing but ash. But Sun Wukong was no ordinary being. Instead of perishing, he adapted. He breathed in the flames, letting them fuse with his very bones. The suffocating smoke burned his eyes, but rather than blind him, it sharpened his vision. His pupils, once dark, turned golden red, filled with the fiery golden eyes, a gift born from suffering. 49 days of unrelenting fire, of heat so intense that even celestial beings dared not step near. And yet, the Monkey King laughed. When the final day arrived, Laozi himself approached the furnace. His long beard quivering with anticipation, he lifted the lid, and at that moment, boom! A golden light exploded outward. Sun Wukong burst from the furnace, his body radiating an unearthly glow. His fur shimmered like molten gold. His muscles pulsed with newfound power. The guards gasped. Laozi staggered back. Impossible! Sun Wukong landed, dusting off the last embers from his shoulders. He stretched. Ah, what a refreshing bath! You should heat it up next time, old man. Then with a flick of his tail, he vanished, a golden streak tearing across the heavens. The great escape! The bells of heaven rang. The celestial army scrambled. Thousands of divine warriors, armed with spears and spells, rushed to stop him. But they were too slow. Sun Wukong soared through the sky, twisting, flipping, dodging past golden arrows and enchanted talismans. 100 spears thrust toward him. He shrank to the size of a flea, slipping through their fingers. "Stop him!" roared Erlang Shen, the mighty war god. Sun Wukong grinned, swinging his staff. A single strike sent dozens of soldiers crashing to the ground like falling stars. Erlang Shen lunged, his third eye flashing. "You will not escape this time." Their weapons clashed, staff against spear. The force of their battle shook the heavens, sending clouds shattering and mountains quaking. For the first time, Sun Wukong struggled. This one is strong, he thought, too strong, but he was clever. With a sudden smirk, he vanished, slipping away like a shadow. Erlang Shen snarled, "Find him!" But it was too late. Sun Wukong was already gone, racing toward Flower Fruit Mountain. The Jade Emperor's dilemma, the celestial court fell silent. The gods, the generals, even the Jade Emperor himself, sat in heavy contemplation. Nothing had worked, not their armies, not their weapons, not even the fires of creation. Sun Wukong was unstoppable. The Jade Emperor turned to Guan Yin, the merciful bodhisattva. "What do we do? He defies heaven itself." Guan Yin spoke softly, yet her words carried great power. "Your Majesty, no force of war can tame the Monkey King, but wisdom may succeed where weapons fail. There is one who can defeat him." The court leaned in. "Who?" the Jade Emperor asked. Guan Yin's eyes gleamed. "The Buddha. The Buddha's challenge. Far to the west, beyond mortal lands, beyond even heaven itself, sat the Buddha in deep meditation. When news of the Monkey King reached him, he did not frown. He simply smiled. "This monkey believes himself invincible," Buddha said. "Let us test that belief." And with a single thought, his golden hand stretched across the universe, reaching toward Flower Fruit Mountain. Sun Wukong, sitting upon his stone throne, suddenly felt it, a presence unlike any he had ever known. A voice, vast as the sky, deep as the ocean, spoke. "Sun Wukong, do you believe you are truly unbeatable?" The Monkey King laughed, twirling his staff. "Of course, not even heaven could stop me." "Then," said Buddha, "I challenge you. If you can leap out of my palm, you are truly free." Sun Wukong snorted. "A palm? That's your challenge?" With a mighty somersault, he shot into the sky, faster than lightning, soaring beyond the clouds, beyond the stars, beyond the very edges of the universe. There he saw 5 great pillars stretching into infinity. "This must be the end of the world," he thought. To prove his victory, he carved his name on one pillar, and just for good measure. He relieved himself at the base, laughing at his own mischief. Satisfied, he turned back, racing at full speed. In an instant, he landed before Buddha, arms crossed. "I win." Buddha simply raised his hand. "Look again." And there, on the tip of Buddha's middle finger, was Sun Wukong's name and the faint scent of his arrogance. Sun Wukong froze. He had never left Buddha's palm. The fall of the Monkey King, rage filled him. "You tricked me," he roared, raising his staff. But before he could strike, Buddha flipped his hand, and Sun Wukong fell beyond heaven, beyond earth, beyond the mortal realm, down, 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 until he slammed into a vast, desolate mountain. With a single gesture, Buddha sealed him beneath it, pressing the 5 elements mountain upon his back. A golden talisman, inscribed with sacred words, locked him in place. Sun Wukong struggled. He roared, cursed, transformed into 1,000 shapes. But nothing could free him. From high above, Buddha's voice echoed one last time. 500 years, Monkey King, only when you learn humility will you be free." The god sighed in relief. The terror of heaven was finally contained. Yet deep beneath the mountain, Sun Wukong's fiery eyes still burned. This was not the end. One day a traveler would come, a monk on a sacred journey, and when that day arrived, Sun Wukong's true adventure would begin. And that's the end of the wrath of heaven. Sun Wukong's rebellion shook the celestial realm, but his journey is far from over. Trapped beneath the 5 elements mountain, the Monkey King must wait 500 years before his true adventure begins. We'll be back soon with the next chapter of Journey to the West, where a humble monk embarks on a sacred quest, and Wukong may finally earn his freedom. To stay tuned, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. Here at Celestial Scrolls, we'll keep bringing you the most legendary tales from Chinese mythology. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.